You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. In today's episode, so I woke up this morning wanting to play video games for some reason. I was gonna play The Division 2 because I had recently re-downloaded that game, but then I remember I deleted it. So I was kind of just, looking around. And then I remember there was this one game that came out today called Open Country. And was getting ready to buy that game, but then seeing that they had bad reviews. And so I was like, nope, ain't doing that. I'm tired of buying games with like bad reviews or just, 2-star, 3-star games. I'm like, no. I'm setting the bar high. I'm setting my standards high with video games now. Because, you get tired of like buying a video game and the game's like 2-3 stars and it's not even good. You just think, oh, because of the trailer and because of the gameplay that you've seen and because of the YouTubers, that's all like, oh my god, this is the best game of all time. You see all of that and then you think it's a good game, then you actually play it and you're like, no, it's not. This game ain't good at all. So yeah, I was gonna buy that game, but seeing that it had bad ratings, well, it definitely had bad ratings on Steam, and then on Xbox it was it had like 3.5 stars or something like that. So I wasn't gonna fool with it. I was gonna leave it alone and stuff. I was like, let me wait until they do something with that game, but until then I ain't fooling with it. So anyways, then I go to the games coming out soon. So I just overall wanted to see what new games that they were going to add, because I know at times they can, surprise you and a new game will be added. And then I seen that they had Battlefield 2042. So for those that don't know what Battlefield is probably one of the greatest like FPS shooting games of all time. It's such an underrated game. I feel like it doesn't get the respect that it deserves. I seen where they was like talking on like the Mount Rushmore of video games, and one of the first games that came to mind was Battlefield, because I remember when I very first played that game. I remember when I played Bad Company 2 game, I was like, bro, what is Call of Duty? Okay, what is Call of Duty, bro? But no, Battlefield is honestly one of the greatest like shooting games of all time. For those that have never played it, I mean, when you're playing that game, I know how like today, like one of the probably the biggest shooting game today would be Rainbow Six Siege, but like Battlefield was already doing what Rainbow Six Siege is doing today, but like years ago. The graphics might not have been all that, but still, like before Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield was like, that was the game. And so anyways, but yeah, they came out with a bunch of successful Battlefield games. I feel like the last two, they wasn't as successful, but when you're comparing it to like certain Call of Duty games, I do feel like that they were way more successful than that. Last two ones that they came out with, and I know it can throw people off, but the last two was 1 and 5, I believe. And I know people are like, wait a minute, what about like 2, 3, 4, and any other side ones? So they released, I think Battlefield 2 was the first one, or actually no, I think it was Battlefield like 1943. And then I think they came out with Battlefield 2, and then they came out with like Bad Company, and then Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, and then Battlefield 5. I think that's how they were all released. Oh, then there's like Battlefield 1943, which is like an arcade Battlefield, but it was still a good Battlefield and stuff. So anyways, I was getting a comment from Instagram, but so now they're coming out with Battlefield 2042, which looks amazing. I seen the trailer on that game and I was like, bruh, I'm gonna have to cop that when it comes out, because I'm like, they're, a game that good. I was getting my laptop charger because my laptop's about to go dead, but no, when that game comes out, I'm buying it, because I posted my trailer on YouTube, my trailer reaction on YouTube, my main channel, And yeah, they gonna have a tornado. What other things are they gonna have? Yeah, it just looks like it's gonna be a wild game. It doesn't look like it's gonna be your average, oh, game gets released, the developers do absolutely nothing to it. Like I honestly think that this is gonna be like one of the probably the next Battlefield's definitely taking their spot back when it comes to shooting games. So, but anyways, what I seen, what I'm trying to get to, and overall what this episode is about. So when I was looking, because they have like a bunch of different versions, they have like the special edition, the deluxe edition, the ultimate edition, all these different editions, right? So for those that remember, I bought an Xbox Series X. Now they're doing this thing where Xbox Series X's and S, they're getting their own little video games, but it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. There might be some slight differences, possibly, maybe, I don't know. With certain games, maybe, I don't know if they are doing it. Well, all right, you know what? Scratch that. There's no differences. The only thing that they're doing is optimizing the last gen games with the new ones. Now, what I do remember when games was coming out, like back when the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 was coming out, was that it was a completely different game. Like, the one game I do remember coming out when the new consoles, or, well, the last gen consoles, now the last gen consoles, but when they were considered next gen consoles, I remember when Black Ops 3 had came out. And they were like, they came out with Black Ops 3 on the last consoles, but or like the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, but it was not the same game. You can play that game and then play Black Ops 3 on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 and be like, I could see the difference with it between them two games. With these new games that's coming out, I can't see the difference. I can't. I think the only difference is, because I know NBA 2K, they did that. They had it where you spent like an extra, and that's the thing that I don't like, is that I'm spending extra money for pretty much the same game. So I'm like, in reality, and it's like, and that's the crazy thing about it, is that I can still play the Xbox One version. And I'm like, are you guys going to shut down the Xbox One version and then have it where it's like, okay, you can only play it, but it's like after a while, like you can't, like, what's the deal behind that? Because I'm confused, because I'm like, I could just go out and just get that one, right? Or is it actually going to be different? You know, if it's going to be different, like the Xbox Series X one is going to feature more content, then I'll get it. But if not, then I'm like, bruh, but if it's going to be content, like I'm saying, it has to be something new. It has to be something different. I'm not trying to get it because you guys added a Battle Royale mode, or you guys added, add like some different stuff. Make it to where this is a different game. Like, I'm playing it and I'm like, this is different. Oh, this is 100% different. But I don't want to play it and just be like, bruh, I could have saved that extra $10 for something else, right? And then go and just play the last gen version, because that's what overall had happened with NBA 2K. I went out and got the next gen version, thinking it was going to be different, thinking it was going to be better. It wasn't. Game was still trash. I go out, and then so I took the game back. I was like, no, this game will not be allowed in my house. So I took the game back to GameStop's. Sometime later, they ended up coming out with the last gen version for free. So Xbox, so to explain to you guys how that came about. So Xbox, they have this thing called the Xbox Game Pass, when there's like all of these different games you can play for free. And they decided that they were going to add the last gen version of NBA 2K21 on that. So I went out and downloaded it, thinking it was just like, okay, let me see what this one was all about. Played it, somewhat enjoyed it, still got upset. And I was like, no, I'm not going to stress myself out with this game anymore. So Anyways, deleted it. Luckily, I got it for free because I'm like, if I bought that one too, I'm like, nah, I'm suing 2K. I'm saying, no, you guys keep coming out with these trash games. Game can't even get past 5 stars and crap. But there wasn't a major difference between the two. I think the only thing that was different was multiplayer. Cause in the next gen version, they have it where like you're in this big like open world city. Now I didn't play all of that because I was like, I was so mad at just buying that game and just not having a good experience when playing it. Cause to explain to you guys like the 2K games. So you pretty much have to, on top of the $69.99 that you just spent to buy the game, you guys spend additional money to make your character better, or you guys spend additional money to make your team better. So overall, at the end of the day, it's only rewarding to 2K. I have yet to play a 2K game and find something rewarding. I'm like, but once when they started considering it, like, man, I'm telling you, I consider them a casino game. I don't consider them no actual legit video game. It's like, nah, you need to, what 2K needs to do, slap that game in the middle of in a Vegas casino and have it where people are playing it there. But it's like, stop having it where people gotta spend money on that game. It's consistently trash, all right? But anyways. So, but there's like, that was like the difference though, getting like back to like, talking about the two different games. The last gen console multiplayer wasn't all that, but the next gen console multiplayer was. The last gen console was just like the same as all the other ones, and then the next gen one was like, yeah, like this big open world and stuff. So, but it wasn't like that big. I think they call it like the neighborhood or some stuff like that. I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, at the end of the day, story was the same, gameplay was the same, all of it. But that's what I do remember with the last gen console is that when the last gen consoles when they were coming out, like you can play Black Ops 3, see the map setup for an example, and they will have it where it's it was different. I think they didn't have no story mode. What were some other things about that game? It was a completely different game. Like, they were pretty much telling you, hey, you're gonna have to go out and buy the Xbox One and then get Black Ops 3 on there to get the full experience. But that's the one thing that I do remember was that the price didn't change. Just because they added the story and then I think it was like cheaper or something because they didn't have. But I'm like, but at the end of the day, like we were already spending $59.99 for a video game. So my thing is that why can I not do that with this game with Battlefield 2042? And I'm like, there probably isn't going to be much of a major difference. Like, let me see real quick. I need to see real quick, but I don't know why my nose is stuffy. I'm like, it's really starting to. I'm gonna go outside today. I'm like, I need to get me some fresh air because, yeah, I'm getting tired of this stuffy nose crap. But anyways, all right, so here we go. Xbox One. So honestly, it looks the same. It does. It really does look the same. I don't really see no differences. They're not even really having like nothing in the details. All right, let's see like details and stuff. They don't really tell you anything. I understand. It's like, oh, wait a second. Oh, they might, hold on. Okay, so that was the Xbox. All right, Xbox Series X. Oh, the multiplayer is going to be bigger with support for 128 players on Xbox Series X and S. So it's just they're gonna add it where it's like more players. Bro, no, my thing is like I don't want to spend $10 just so I can deal with more random people. Like, no, add some new things to the game where it's like, oh, this is 100% different from the Xbox Series X version or Xbox One version. But yeah, I'm like, I'm not trying to buy the game just so I can like, oh, I'm playing with more people. I don't even like people, bro. I don't even like playing with people on these games. Like, man, all right, well, I really don't like the fact that I have to like do that and stuff. And they're all like 10% off with EA Play. It's like the game ain't even available, so it's like I'm not gonna buy a game that ain't even available and stuff. I'm like, nah, I don't know. I'll probably, because EA, they be liking to do that a lot, where they'll have it where the game is out for sale and stuff. So I'll probably will get it then. Who knows? Maybe I might just buy it and stuff. But I'm like, I really don't want to buy it and just, and play it just because it's, it has more people and stuff. I'm like, I don't care for that. If you guys are adding more modes that hasn't been featured, and like, my thing is like, this is how you guys sell a game for a higher price. Have it where there's modes in there that you never played before in a previous Battlefield game, but now it's being added because you guys had 2 years to sit down and think about this. So, because you guys didn't come out with a game last year, so come out with a game where it's like new modes. So, for an example, you guys got a racing mode, or you might have some other modes in there that people wasn't really expecting, but it's overall, you're pretty much like you're having people really spend money on the new console or on the next gen like version and stuff, and not the last gen, like, because people are gonna just go out and just buy the last gen version if there isn't gonna be much of a difference. There's gonna be YouTubers, there's gonna be people that's already reviewing the game and talking about it, so they're gonna see and realize that there isn't much of a difference. Like, oh, okay, like more players on multiplayer, the graphics gonna be slightly different. Like, I remember when that was like the big talk about with games back in the day. I'm like, but is there gonna be any new things getting added? Like, that's what I'm wondering, But if it's just gonna be that, I'm like, I don't know. I probably will go out and just get the last gen version and stuff, unless they have it where they say like, oh, if you have and I see companies gonna be doing some old scamming stuff like that, but they're gonna be like, if you have the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5, you will no longer be allowed to play the last gen. So they're going to be forcing you to like go out and upgrade and stuff. And I'm like, bruh, I shouldn't have to, but if it leads down to it, I'm not going to have any other choice, because I'm like, I'm not going to get rid of the game. And so, yeah, it's over. I don't know. Then it's like you got games out there where it's like, they come out with just the both versions and things. They'll come out with the Xbox One and Xbox Series X version. So it's like, I do appreciate companies out there for doing that, because they now I'm like, man, I just don't understand why it's like, we're upping the price and stuff. I'm like, games is already expensive. I'm like, now we're having to spend like $70 on a game. I'm like, bro, that's why it's like a lot of people, you're going to see a spike in sales when them games come out on sale and crap, because it's like a person ain't want to spend no $70-something for no game. So like when I did that with NBA 2K just for me to take that game back up to GameStop's, oh yeah, I was mad. I was upset, because I'm like, man, y'all don't understand. I'm like, 2K is gonna mess around and get sued one day, and I'm gonna be just sitting there smiling, because no, it's like they deserve it. Just like you guys is out here selling a horrible game and things, and then making it seem like it's the best game of all time, and it's like it's not. Game's trash. But anyways, yeah, let's see what happens when this next Battlefield game comes out. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. You're purchasing, make sure you subscribe to one of my 33 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. Like my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Almost forgot to do my outros. And now, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.